They say that money is the root of all evil. I never had enough, so I didn't know. I had no idea how true that was until it was too late. I came to this country running from evil. My whole life I survived bad deeds done by bad people for the purpose of wealth, power, and control. But I survived. I was happy, and I had arrived to the best country in the world. Here, I would work hard to become someone, to make something out of myself, to make my parents proud. And I did. I pushed hard, worked hard. I was determined to shine, to go far. But I made a mistake. I fell in love. This person was very different than me. This person never had a need. This person didn't know about suffering. This person I came to love. Yes, our ages were different. Our status in life was different. And to many he was considered upper class. But to me, he was the man I had fallen in love with. I didn't care for wealth. I didn't care for money. I had never had it. I had never needed it to survive. I had learned to rely on family, on my hard work, so money was just a means to live. When he offered to open his home to me, I accepted. Not out of greed, not out of desire for wealth and riches, but out of love. I came here to Coronado, California, a paradise by the sea, dreamland for many, but not for me, and not for long. Money is the root of all evil, because money gives people the means, the way to act without regard, to abuse, even to kill a life without consequences. This is true, and I am proof of that. Yes, you might be quick to judge. Me, a young immigrant woman with a rich man. Yes, another trophy girlfriend, an exotic gal looking for comfort, leisure, and status. But I have only my body as proof, and my clothes are not of the rich kind. Everything I had was not given, but worked for. My hair and nails were not tended to as those wealthy wives in high-end places. My day I spent helping out with the kids, the house, and tending to the person that I loved. But I now understand that even in paradise there is evil. The devil lives in disguise. Because here among the affluent, among the riches, is where I was killed. There was an accident, an unforeseen event that caused my boy to get injured. The boy that I cared and loved so much like my own. I didn't cause it, I didn't make it happen. Like many accidents happen, this one was no different. The boy was playing, like all boys do, and he fell from the top of the staircase, a result of an old house. He was in bad condition, but I understood that it was an accident and expected the person I loved to see it the same way. I was sad. I was filled with grief for my boy. I hoped that he would be okay. But others took this opportunity to let their evil come out, to hide behind influence, riches, and corruption, to let their evil desires come to light. He that killed me knew he had an opportunity. He had an excuse, and he had the means to get away with it. In his sick mind, he came up with a plan a plan to rob me of the only thing I had, my life. He surprised me. He took me down. He played his sick game, and he displayed me for all to see. He blamed me for my own death. His sickness was perverted, shameful, and yet he lied. He showed no concern for my body. He pretended to help, but he knew what he had done and couldn't hide it. He had help. Yes, someone helped him. Was it a betrayal from the man I thought loved me? Was it the sick retribution of a wounded mother? Revenge for her loss? He was too willing to kill to fulfill his sick fantasies. She had too much hate and hurt in her heart to stop him. The one I loved sided with them. His actions prove his lack of love for me. Those in charge of justice sold out. They pretended that the rich and wealthy were holy. They were willing to accept their words over my dead, beaten body. They ignored the red flags, the evidence they hid away, their jobs they failed to do. They didn't want to consider. They didn't want to bring unnecessary trouble to their community, lest they disturb the peace of those who are privileged. So my body was left there for all to see, discarded like something undesirable. They took justice away from me, and instead, once my body was killed, they also killed my person, my reputation, my dignity. As if being murdered was not enough, they painted me as a gold digger, as the careless girlfriend that couldn't take care of a child. Time and time again they kill me, over and over again. But my sister knew the truth. My family cared. They didn't stay quiet, and they didn't accept their narrative. They fought for me. They care about me. Because a life is a life, regardless of privilege, wealth, or class. Because those with everything should not be the only ones that matter. Because not having should not dictate the value of one's life. Because I, Rebecca, mattered. Because I, Rebecca, deserved as much as you. Because I, Rebecca, demand justice. Demand my right to be. Demand my killer to be tried. He or them are still walking about, pretending to be innocent, camouflaging as innocent and good. But their end is near. Soon they will fall into the trap they themselves built. Soon I will have my day of justice. Judgment Day will come.